Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we will discuss two terms which are highly used while describing any machine learning models. Okay, so that is model bias and model variance. So this is one of the most easily confusable terms that is often used while discussing and describing the model performance. So we will try to simplify how we can remember it in an easy way. Okay, so I am not going to give you the definition of what is model bias and what is model variance. So I will just give you some simple understanding so that you can remember it easily. Okay. So bias is a term that we use and associate it with training data. Okay. Training data plus model, machine learning model. Okay. And variance is the term we use or associated with test data and the trained model. Okay, just remember this part and we will see how we can explain the model performance. Okay, so now let's say we have our training data and we use this particular data to train our machine learning model. Correct, we train this, right? And once we train this, we will measure the performance of the model using some metrics. Let's say we are dealing with classification problem and we are just measuring the performance using accuracy. Okay, just assume that. So we will have some metrics. So if the performance of the training model is good, we will say it is low bias. Okay. And if the performance of this machine learning model on the training data is not good, we will call it as having high bias. Okay. So just remember in this way. Now, in the same way, we will have our test data set, right? And we use this test data set on this trained model to get the predictions. Correct? And of course, we have the accuracy as our measuring metrics. Okay. So in this case also, we will have two branches. If the performance of this trained model on the test data is good enough, it is performing very well, we will say it is having low variance. Okay. If the performance is not good on the test data, we call it as having high variance. Okay. So I hope this part is clear for you all guys. Now let us see with some example. Okay. So how we can explain the model. So I will just make some table kind of structure here. Okay. Wherein I will have some three models. So let's say I have my model. Sorry. So I'll just reduce it. So I'll have my models. Okay. I'll say I'll have training accuracy, I'll have test accuracy, okay, and the description of the model based on both accuracies. Okay, description. Now let's say we have model A, model B and model C. Okay, so let's say model A is having 90% training accuracy and let's say 60% accuracy on test data set. Model B, let's say we have 65% training accuracy and 62% test accuracy. And in other way, the model C, let's say it has 95% training accuracy and 96% accuracy on the test data set. Now, how do we define the model, each model? So if you guys have understood this, so if the model performance on the training data is good, we call it as low bias model. If the performance is bad on the training data, we will call it as high bias. In the same way, on the test data set, if the model performance is good, we call it as low variance. And if the model performance bad on the test data, we call it as having high variance. Okay. So now we will combine both these stuffs and describe our model in a single line using two words. Okay. So how we can do that? The performance of model A is good on training data set, right? So that we can describe it in having low bias, correct? Low bias, but it is having bad performance on test data set, right? Because it is having less accuracy. So how we describe this? This is high variance, right? So our model A is low bias and high variance. Okay. So similarly, model B, if you check the accuracy values, it is not performing well either on training or on test, right? Test data set. So we say to have high bias and high variance. Okay. This is the description of model B. Now in other way, if you have a look at model C and the performance of it, it is having very good performance on training data set and also really good performance on test data set, right? So this model is said to have low bias and low variance, right? This is about model C. And in general, we would like to have a model, right? Let's say I have a model, I have trained a machine learning model. If I want to make use in the future or to deploy it in production, I want this model to have low bias and low variance. So this is the standard approach. How do we select the suitable model for our purpose? Okay, use case scenario. So in this example, which one is the better model and which one we would choose? We would choose this particular model because it has low bias and low variance, right? Hope you guys are clear with the terms low bias and low variance and high bias and high variance, okay? And how we can combine both. Just remember, bias is associated with training data and variance is associated with testing data, okay? So hope you guys understood it. That's it for this video. If you guys have any questions, please post it in comment section. I'll try to get back to you with the answers. So till we see in the next video, happy learning. Bye bye.